Welcome to the Starting 5 Vlog edition. How this is going to roll is we're going to have 5 topics. We'll talk about each one 2 minutes. You get like about 10 minutes of good solid Raptor talk. Topic uno, DeMar DeRozan left off the rookie roster for the Rookie Sophomore Challenge. A lot of Raptor fans upset about it. I'm one of them. And DeMar DeRozan deserved to be on that team. He deserved to be in that game, but he's not going to be. That's how it went down. And I think at the end of the day, Raptor fans, although they're upset about this, you know what? You might be pretty happy because I think DeMar DeRozan is the type of kid that he will use this as motivation, not only in the dunk contest, which doesn't really mean a heck of a lot for the Raptors, means a lot for DeMar, not as much for the Raptors. But not only in that, I think in the second half of the season when DeMar is healthy and the ankle's better, you are going to see a motivated DeMar DeRozan, and that could be scary for other teams that the Raptors face because I think DeMar DeRozan is just starting to scratch the surface of his talent and what he can do in the NBA. And you'll see DeMar DeRozan will be better for this at the end of the day. Still, he should have been in there. They should have got it right. Didn't happen, but don't cry over spilled milk. Make lemons out of lemonade, and that's what DeMar DeRozan will do. Topic number 2, or dose, if you will. The Raptors schedule. If you note and go check your Raptors schedule, you will see up until the All-Star break, it is pretty favorable for your Toronto Raptors. And these are games that if the Toronto Raptors win, the games that they're supposed to win, which they should, this can be a real point for this team to jump off and take a step to the next level. A lot of comparisons to the team that won the division title. They went on a similar run and really opened eyes during that run. This Raptor team, not too many guys left from that team that won the division title. I think there's 4 on the roster, but that being said, this is a different Raptor team, but the result could be the same as this Raptor team could really go on a run, make some hay, and get away from that 500 mark and really put some distance between themselves and everybody else. And that'll be important because the Raptors can then focus on not just making the playoffs, but where they're going to be within the playoffs. 4th place, probably out of range for this team, but who knows? That being said, if the Raptors can finish in 5th place and get a matchup versus a 4 seed, it's probably the best they can do, and it will give them the best chance to advance in the playoffs once they get there. They still have some proving to do to me and some others in if they can actually win a playoff series against one of those top 4 teams, but they're on the right path, and the schedule is their friend for the next little while heading into the All-Star break. It's up to them to make it that way and get wins in these games where they are playing teams that they should beat, that they're more talented than, that they can get victories over. It's up to them to make it happen. Number 3, with a bullet, we are going to talk trade deadline in your Toronto Raptors. A lot of people get excited. The rumors, the innuendo, the speculation. I'm here to tell you it is probably highly unlikely that your Raptors are going to do anything significant. If you think Hedo Turkoglu is getting traded, give your head a shake. It isn't going to happen. Everyone else has saw how he's played as well as the Toronto Raptor fans. Do you think anyone's going to commit to that contract? And do you think the Raptors are even willing to make that deal? When you consider, last year Brian Colangelo had to eat a little bit of crow, trade J.O., who was his big offseason acquisition. Is he really going to do that 2 years in a row? I don't think that's going to happen. The other name you hear quite a lot is Jose Calderon. And Jose Calderon is a guy who some people think I don't like. It's not true. I just maybe don't think he should be starting. That doesn't mean I don't like him. And it doesn't mean that he's not contributing to this Raptor team in a positive way. The problem that happened when TJ and Jose were together is the Raptors didn't keep that situation together and didn't make it work. This time, there is no drama, there is no news, there is no buzz. Jarrett Jack, Jose Calderon are accepting their roles and playing well in them. And we'll just leave it that way. Because honestly, if the Raptors make a trade for Jose Calderon to bring in another shooting guard, it may be wasted effort anyway. Because DeMar DeRozan, who we talked about in topic number 1, yeah, I think he's going to be pretty good. And he's going to be your shooting guard for the future of the Toronto Raptors. And then you've wasted trading away Jose Calderon for a shooting guard that you may not even need in the whole grand scheme of things. Whereas you have a pretty good thing with this whole point guard setup. Jarrett Jack, Jose Calderon, both are capable, both are good. And I've always said it when I've been writing in the blog. For me, the point guard position is one of the most important in the NBA. If you don't have a good point guard, it's awfully hard to win. Very few teams have done it. The LA Lakers did it. The Chicago Bulls did it. I know. But generally speaking, you need good point guard play in this league to win basketball games and to be effective and get somewhere. The Raptors have that with Calderon and with Jack, and they should keep it. Because I know Marcus Banks played well in a few games when Jose was out. But let's face it, Marcus Banks is not a guy who anyone at the start of the year would have said would have been capable of being the backup point guard for the Toronto Raptors. Not anybody. No one was saying that. And there was a reason no one was saying that. And it's because Marcus Banks is not necessarily a guy who you can trust to play well in that role for an extended period of time. So that's it. Jose ain't getting traded. Hedo's not getting traded. If the Raptors make a move at all, it's going to be a minor one. It won't be a big one. So if you're waiting for Brian Colangelo to make some big move, it ain't happening. And for anyone that thinks Chris Bosh is getting traded, you're absolutely out to lunch. Because MLSE is not going to trade Chris Bosh when they can make the playoffs. Topic CB number 4. Chris Bosh. It is being reported by Yahoo today that tomorrow, officially, he will be announced as making his 5th, counted 5 times, people, 5 times, an All-Star. And heading back to Dallas, going home to play in Cowboy Stadium for the Cowboy fan who is having a heck of a season. And there is not a more deserving person of this than Chris Bosh. He has played outstanding. As I talked about in my interview with Paul Jones, I credit him for not letting all of this hoopla about 2010 take away from his performance. And you should too, Raptor fans, because you all hate Vince Carter because he gave up on this team and he didn't try and play hard when he was done with Toronto. Well, if Chris Bosh leaves, which we don't know yet, but if he does, you can't say that he didn't play hard every time he put on his number 4 jersey that had Raptors or Toronto on it. Because he has, and he does, and he has put in work and deserves to be heading to Dallas and playing Cowboy Stadium for the All-Star game for a 5th time. So congratulations to CB4. You earned it. Topic number 5. Bet that. And if you follow this guy on Twitter, you already know who I'm going to talk about next. Reggie Evans is coming back to your Toronto Raptors right after the All-Star break. We hope, fingers crossed, hoping that Reggie Evans will indeed have no more setbacks and be back in the lineup for the Raptors. It has been a long grind for Reggie Evans to make it to this point, and no one is happier for him than me. I've had a chance to talk with him a couple of times when I get down to Raptor games, and he has been incredibly frustrated, but he's incredibly encouraged by all the support he's got from you and other Raptor fans who have shown him love, despite the fact he hasn't been able to play a regular season game for the Raptors yet. So I look forward to Reggie chants at the ACC, which are coming soon after the All-Star break. And that's it for this. Starting 5, done. 5 topics, all done, all over.